This week is called Shabbos Shira because of the Kriyas Yamsuf and the Shira that we say after Kriyas Yamsuf. So regarding Kriyas Yamsuf, Rashi brings down that Tanai Hisna Kodesh Baruch Hu Hayam, that the Eibishter, the Chazal say that Tanai Hisna Kodesh Baruch Hu Hayam, that when the time comes and you didn't have to cross, you should split for them. If not, I will just dry you up. It won't exist. And that's what also it says, V'yoshu hayom litnoi. It's Rashi says, litnoi lechosko, he came back to his strength. But according to that Maimon Chazal, what it means is that the Yam returned, because the condition, it fulfilled the condition, so it got its full existence, got its full strength. So the Rebbe asked a simple question. When two people make a deal, so then, and you don't know what the other person is going to do, so I have to I want to sell you something, I'm selling you this, only on this particular condition. If you fulfill the condition, good. If not, the sale is void. But that's because I have no contact, and I don't have any control. So I have to make the condition right from the beginning. But the Eibishter, he's the balabos, he's the boss of everything. And there's Hashgacha Pratis, and it deals with the world constantly. There's totally an interrelationship. Without the Eibishter, the world can't exist. And the Eibishter can do whatever he wants. So why did he have to make a condition? The Eibishter, when it comes to time, so the Eibishter could tell to the ocean, either you split or I dry you up. And he has that capability. So what does he need to make a condition for at the time of the creation? So the Rebbe explains that if he would not have made a condition, he would have created the ocean with its physical, natural limitations, that it's water and has all the customs of what the water has, that it flows, it doesn't stand like a wall. That's a limitation. That is the natural limitations of water. And then the Eibishter would have come and forced the ocean to split and to stand like a wall. So it wouldn't have been the ocean on its own, because of itself, because of its own characteristics. It would have been the Eibishter that did that to the ocean. When the Eibishter made a condition, he is saying that these limitations of nature, that every body in nature has its own limitation, these conditions of nature that exist by you are created in such a way that when it comes to time, the miracle has to be performed. So the ocean, as an ocean, has to perform this miracle. This is the existence of the ocean. That how does the ocean exist? That only if it fulfills the purpose for which the Eibishter created it. And that is the condition. Right in the beginning of the creation, that is how you create it. And this is not only regarding this particular miracle. The same thing is true regarding the Yidden with the Torah. That next week we're going to read about Matan Torah, which is a direct continuation. The Kriyas Yamsuf was a preparation for that. It elevated ourselves to a higher spiritual level of Emunah, a higher spiritual level of connection with the Eibishter, so that we should be able to be ready for the receiving of the Torah. So over there, regarding the receiving of the Torah, it also says in the Gemara that the Eibishter, Tanai Hisna Kodesh Baruch Hu in Maaseh Bereishis, that the Eibishter made a condition with the entire creation, that if the Yidden accept the Torah, good. Otherwise, you're going back to void. You won't exist. In other words, so it's an integral part of the very existence of nature, of the world, with all its limitations, that this cannot be, not only it can't oppose, but there's no contradiction. Ruchnia, spirituality, and the fulfillment of spirituality, the fulfillment of Torah and all the mitzvahs, is an integral part of the very existence of everything that exists, of the entire creation. That therefore, when people look at the world and they say we're living in a natural world, or let's take it in present terms, we're living in the United States with everything that's going on in the United States, with all the habits of the United States. Or like the once upon a time, there used to be the saying, America is anders, America is different. And that was the first fight that the Frierdiker Rebbe had, America is nicht anders. And that's what the Rebbe explained in many, many sichos. because the Torah is nitzchis, the Torah is eternal, and it applies in every single situation. So it's not only that the Torah is because it's dominant, because it's more powerful force. It's the very existence of the world. In order for something to succeed, in order for something to be strong, in order for something to be the best way that it could be for what the intentions that the Eibusher created, that only if it goes along with the Torah. And the word in Chazal is not in Yisrael Yikablu, that one-time acceptance. The word in Chazal is in Yisrael Mekablin, that the Eden has to accept the Torah and have to go in the way of the Torah and have to live in the way of the Torah and have to realize that God is the only force in the entire world, and that He's the dominant force. And even all the natural limitations that exist inside the creation, they themselves also are a vessel so to live according to Hashem's will, and that if Hashem's will wants to perform a miracle, so nature itself goes along with that. Like the stories in Chazal, that ocean split for tzaddikim, etc. So therefore, when somebody has this attitude, I'm living in America, I have to worry about my parnasa, I have to worry about this, I don't have enough time for the study of Torah, I don't have enough strength to fulfill all the mitzvahs, it's too hard, it's hard to be a yid. That is clearly only talk of the Yetzer Hara, only talk of the Nefesh HaBahamis. As far as Yidden are concerned, the Eibusher, they are the essence of everything. That Yidden should, like it says, Bereishis b'shul HaTorah b'shul Yisrael. That Yidden should fulfill the Torah and go in the ways of the Torah and the way the Rebbe expounded in all the sichos. And he carried it down to our level of understanding that we should be, how we have to have the right outlook as Yidden and fulfill the Torah with Netoich Simcha, and realizing that by fulfilling the Torah, by doing the mitzvahs, by giving tzedakah, etc., we're not taking away, but just the opposite. We are strengthening our very existence. We are strengthening our success. We are ensuring the success. So this Shabbos, which is a special Shabbos, when we read this in the Torah, that automatically there's a flow of this spirituality in the world that everybody can relate to it if he just connects himself, if he just wants to connect himself. And to realize that there's nothing that stands in our way to be a Yid, a Chassidish Yid, to be totally mekusher with everything that the Rebbe wants from us, because it's a Yud Shvat, and to realize the truth of the saying that it can't be, it's impossible that America should be different, because there's nothing in the world that could oppose and hold back a Yid from fulfilling his mission over here on earth. We should all be successful, be mekusher with the Rebbe, the way we have to be mekusher, and go in the ways that the Rebbe taught us and showed us, so that we should be zeicher to the Gula Shlema and get out of the Golas quickly.